China have been making moves, right? All right, thank you. Finally live on YouTube. I'm finally live on YouTube. So we know China had been making moves, right? To with Africa, they had accumulated more debt. I'm sorry, more gold recently, now more than ever. So, they were accumulating more gold. They were making moves with Africa. They were not agreeing to our tariffs, right? We were not in agreements with them. And so China, when it comes to the United States, is the country that's our biggest biggest threat in a sense, if any country is. And so where China goes, it will affect the United States. So now we have the coronavirus, right? And it's affecting us with our imports and exports with China, as far as the agriculture, Periscope. As far as our agriculture, it's affecting our farmers. We can't, transport soybeans. For example, you have the automobile industry, Kia Motors, Nissan, Hyundai, all being affected, right? From the suppliers from China and the United States. So where China goes, the United States goes. And I just read an article that even against the wishes of the United States, that 14 Americans were flew in from China that tested for the coronavirus. And so it's not only affecting the import and export, it's delaying the trade deal, but it's delaying a lot of business that we receive or that we are recipients of from China, right? And so it will directly have an impact on the United States. And the United States is in debt to China. And so that's why I stand on the coronavirus. It's still affecting the travels with Carnival cruise lines. People are not traveling. Thank you for the Digital Love Periscope because of this virus, and rightfully so, and rightfully so. So someone on Periscope said, can you still add your children, right, as AU users on your credit card? And I know that they are asking this because of the FICO 10 that's being released, that's recently coming out, and how this will put an end to AU trade lines through FICO 10. And yes, the answer to that is yes, because your purpose of adding your child or your children as authorized users is to help them build their credit history, right? You want to help them build their credit history over the long term. And so a lot of people use or are using this tactic with the FICO 10 simply because they want to temporarily give an increase of points in their credit score. And so thank you, Periscope, so much for the hearts and the digital love. And so in doing so, people don't understand that AU trade lines, they're only going to report or last on your credit report for 30 to 60 days. Because this was a business transaction. Whoever is selling you their good credit history, whether it's directly or through a company, will not keep you as an authorized user for the entirety of your account. So this is really just a move that people have been making to, thank you for the hearts on Periscope, to temporarily give their credit score an increase, right, for 30 to 60 days max, right? Usually you're not there, when it's a business, you're not going to stay on AU trade lines any longer than that. So they're on here for a minimum amount of time, and for whatever reason, they temporarily boost their credit score, and whatever they're trying to purchase with that move or that tactic or strategy they purchase, right? And so with that being said, this is what's going to happen with FICO 10, right? This is what's going to happen with the FICO 10. FICO 10 now is going to change, right, from you or from lenders temporarily seeing a screenshot of the last 30 to 60 days of your credit report to them being able to look at your credit report for 2 years. 2 years. So currently, under the FICO 10 model, hello, Brandon on YouTube, lenders could look at your credit report, a screenshot, for up to 30 to 60 days, right? And then you could get approved for lending with 30 to 60 days if your credit was showing in good credit and good credit standing. This was the same tactics, and I'm reading in the lights of glare, so I'll be putting my glasses on and off. I'm not used to them, but it helps with the glare. The same way, the same token of this is the same strategy or concept of a credit sweep in a sense. What happens in a credit sweep is you are claiming that negative accounts that are reported on your credit report are a result of identity theft, right? You're claiming that I am a victim. This is a result of identity theft. And therefore, these accounts are negative because of that. So what happens with that is when you send in that information that you are a victim of identity theft, the credit agencies have 5 days, because you have to think about it. A thief has stolen your identity using your information, so you claim. And so the credit agencies have to remove that information temporarily for 5 days as they go into investigation. It's a temporary removal. It's not permanent, right? And so for 5 days, it immediately gets removed within 5 days, and then they have an additional 45 days to research your claim. So this is what happens. After 45 days of researching your claim, they found out that your claim is false and fictitious in most cases, right? And that you were not a victim of identity theft, and you are the correct identifier that's connected to these accounts, and it was false pretense. And these are cases that you are the person who filed these claims couldn't get imprisonment, right? Because it's 2 ways you can do it. Number one, either you have to file a police report. Thank you, Periscope, for the digital love. Or number 2, you go to ftc.gov, right? ftc.gov, and you claim an identity theft report. And they tell you in the underwriting that if we find that this information is falsified or inaccurate or not true, it could lead to imprisonment and federal charges against you. I'm going to give you a story. I just had a client to inform me the other day that they believe they were a victim of identity theft on a credit card. And check this out, that the theft, or the thief rather, attempted to even make a payment on the credit card. I informed this person, I have never heard of anyone that's stealing and using your credit card account information, attempting to want to make a payment on that account. It's the first I've ever heard of that. But if you think the credit agencies will believe that, or the Federal Reserve, when you have to, right, file that report, or even your local police station, then you can go right ahead and file that report. I will not attach my name or the business name to that client. So yeah, And so AU trade lines are ending, right? And one of the biggest sellers of AU trade lines on YouTube, right? It didn't make much sense. Their explanation to me was thieves are more elaborate these days. They might be more elaborate, but I don't think they're that dumb to, try to make a payment on your account. So someone on Periscope asked, where can I get legit trade lines? Wholesale trade lines, the biggest company on YouTube has stopped selling them. And my question to you is, why would you want them at this point in February of 2020 when in June or July of this year is not going to be effective on your credit report anyway? AU trade lines are expensive. They're no cheap purchase. So unless you just need a higher limit card or credit limit posted on your credit report because you already have a good credit profile and you're just trying to apply for, let's say, business credit cards, so that you can have a higher credit limit because your personal credit limits are very low, like maybe 500, 5,000, and you're trying to get approved for a business credit card, right? Then you can still use this strategy, being that you already have a good trade line until this summer until changes will be made. So if that's your answer, I would have recommend wholesale trade lines on Periscope. But after February 10th, they made a big announcement on their channel that they are no longer servicing or selling AU trade lines. And I feel that's because they are preparing for FICO 10. They stated that they will offer just credit education, right? Just credit education. So let's get into some good stuff today, right? Let's get into some good stuff today. Let's talk about, after we've gotten FICO 10 and coronavirus out of the way, let's talk about some interesting things. If you are following me on Facebook, they delete the page. Someone on Periscope, wholesale trade lines deleted their page. Is that what you're saying? Because a lot of the customers I know are upset that may have purchased trade lines from them after February 10th, concerned that they may not get their money reimbursed for those trade lines that they purchased. Oh, wow. So on Periscope, Alicia said she heard that they have deleted their page. So some people that, if that's true, that have paid for it, yeah, now they want to do they only want to do education, which is what I've been doing. Credit education and legit credit consultation and negative items removing. If you wanted the tricks and the temporary 30, 60-day fix, I'm not the woman for you. Star, I will answer that question on YouTube. She wants to know, can she talk to me about credit? I'm glad you brought that up, Star. Great point. I do not. Wow. Okay, Kenneth, I'll get to that. I do not just accept phone calls. And this is why. Number one, I'm on live now to answer questions, right? And I give a lot of my time. Like this live may be a hour-long live. I'm not sure, but I give a lot of my time to go live stream so that I can have time to focus on credit, because credit restoration, when you're looking at negative items all the time, it's a mental game. I have to do things. I have to eat healthy. I have to exercise, because you have to keep in mind that I am not looking at positive information 9 times out of 10 when I'm looking at someone's credit report. I'm actually taking on the financial stress and worries of other people. So I have someone, for example, that was upset with me. This was a person that I had did some work for no cost, for free. I want you all to put in the comments, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, I want you to put for free. For free. Someone that I had did some work for free, because they had an opportunity for me to go and teach some kids financial education. And so I wanted to, kind of assist and help this person, right, for free, Periscope. And got the things deleted. And finally, I got to a point where it was draining me. Right. 4. So I put the number 4 in YouTube for free. Or I can, say for free. Right. And what happened was this person was consuming too much of my time for paid clients. Right. Jesus says, don't do things for free. They will never appreciate the effort. Right. You so right. And something happened. And my check was late, about 2 months late, from me offering the financial service to the youth, right? And I'm like, you want me to help you, right, for free? Thank you, YouTube, Facebook. And I can't get paid on time. So let's just end this relationship. Now, I appreciate you for setting me up to work with these kids. That's what my heart was. That's what my heart is. But I'm done. The person in return got upset with me and said, you could have picked up the phone to call me to discuss this and not discuss this via text. Well, you know what? I'm not obligated to pick up the phone and call anyone who has invested no equity in me or my business, meaning that you haven't even paid $50 for a credit consultation. I don't have to do that. In order for someone to put in time with you, you should invest equity and a conversation about your credit, right? A conversation about your credit without me seeing your credit report is a total waste of time. Because at this point, I'm just being a credit therapist, because a lot of people want to vent and explain to me why their situations are the way they are. But let me tell you all, people, I don't know if you can see the backdrop. I'm going to change the angle on Periscope so you all can see. But credit restoration the right way is not an easy process. It's very challenging. And if it took you years to get into that situation, and 7 years to keep it on there, what's a couple of months, 30, 60, or 90 days to get it off? And so start to answer your very humbling question. I do believe you answered it from a humble place. No, I do not pick up the phone and call people who have not paid for a credit consultation and invested a small deposit of $50 to show me their credit report that they want to discuss. Because at that point, it's redundant. It's nothing I can do, right, but listen to your issues without giving you any real advice. From seeing, it's like going to the doctor or calling the doctor on the phone and asking them to give you a diagnosis for your health issues, and they haven't given you a physical examination in person. 𝒞𝓄𝓃𝓃, hi. I'm an old client. Do I need to start over or pick up where we left off from? Patricia, I'm not sure. So send me an email of exactly what you're talking about. Okay, send me an email. Someone on Periscope just said that TransUnion and Equifax are not reporting online, not reporting at the same time. Should you give them a call? Should you give them a call? Not as normal. Yes, you can. That's no problem. Giving them a phone call. So listen, let's talk about my divorce. YouTube. I'm about to log off YouTube because I only have 5 thumbs up, and I have way more people tune in live. So I only have 5 thumbs up. So if you call you all Facebook, let me check my status on you all as well. Yeah, because I'm on 3 platforms. Periscope is still bringing the love in. They're still giving the hearts. But if you all can't, it's for free, people. So even on you Facebook, if you want me to stay in, thank you, Candace, for the digital love on Facebook. You have to, this is the price you have to pay for free information. Jesus, do not get bad credit overnight. Right, they won't fix it overnight. So just ask yourself with these AU trade lines, right? And people are saying that wholesale trade lines have deleted their website. Yeah, and I only have 11 thumbs up, Star. So everyone on YouTube needs to give the thumbs up. Just ask yourself this pertaining to AU trade lines, right? If you are adding positive trade lines that's not yours and your names to negative credit, how well would that still work out? Let me say that again. If you are adding positive history from someone else to your negative credit for 30 to 60 days, is that worth your investment? However much you're going to spend, $1,000, $2,000, $500 for 30 to 60 days, and you still have negative information. Yes, Periscope. Everyone needs to share this on Periscope. Thank you so much, Mylisha, and invite, because Periscope, I'm really new to Periscope. 𝒞𝓄𝓾𝑒 gave me a great shout out. If someone that follows him can tag him in this video for me on Periscope. But since he's done that Periscope, you won't believe this. I went from 285 followers on Periscope to 4,000 now in a matter of weeks. Yeah, so my Periscope followers is really, really growing. And so if you all are friends of 𝒞𝓄𝓾𝑒 and this is how you found me, can you tag him in this video as well on Periscope? So yes, Tiffany has been following me for a while on YouTube. She said, if you can't catch it, you should cash it. So let's talk about, we've gotten AU trade lines. Do you think secured debt will look just as bad as unsecured debt? Yes, with the FICO 10 model, secured debt will look just as bad as unsecured debt because FICO 10 is taking an account now of all of your debt. All of your debt. So FICO 10 is just not looking what the FICO 8 used to do is is look at your credit card debt, for example. And if you were able to transition a credit card debt, right, which is what we call unsecured debt, with a or revolving debt with secured debt or a got to get my thoughts together, installment loan, then that would automatically increase personal loan to pay down their credit cards debt. And because personal loans, also known as installment loans, weigh less on your credit report, it will increase their credit score. So what I do is teach people W4 wealth strategies, right? And this is good leading into the Bernie Sanders tax proposal. This is good leading into that. So what I do is I teach people the W4 wealth strategies, right, to where you can get more money out of your paycheck, right? More money out of your paycheck. And then you can use that extra $200 to $600 a month to pay down your debt. Let me tell you all this. I thought it was hilarious. My daughter came to me. She just started a job at Verizon, right? And she came to me today and said, Mama, they took $160 out of my paycheck. Now, she didn't want me to see her first paycheck before that. And I'm like, okay, you don't want me to see how you coming up, how much money you got made. It's not like I'm going to ask you for any money. And so she said, they took $160 of taxes out of my paycheck. I'm just glad she's aware of that. Some people don't even look at the check stub, right? And so, hello, Gerald, on YouTube. And so, and I said, well, let me look at your paycheck. And I said, well, Kayla, you're only getting $20+ out in federal taxes, 20 plus in your state taxes, right? And the other is Social Security and Medicare. And I said, so when you completed your W-4 for 2020, you did a good job, because we talk about that and discuss. And I said, so really your taxes right now is in a good place. And she tells me, well, why are they taking out Social Security and Medicare? We won't have the money to pay me when it's time for me to get my Social Security and Medicare. I won't be able to get the benefits of that. I thought that was very smart, intelligent of her. She's 20 years old and she knows that the U.S. is in bankruptcy, and that Social Security and Medicare is a discussion that it may not be around for long, right? It may not be around for long. And she wanted to know why they're taking it out of her paycheck. My baby wanted all her money. Some people haven't looked at their check stub or revisited or corrected their W-4 in years. So question on YouTube from Shannon. YouTube, I still only have 14 thumbs up. It's free. Hit the thumbs up button. Facebook, make sure you share, and Periscope share. Shannon on YouTube says, hello, how do you freeze or remove an eviction balance off your credit report? I think it's showing on real page. I'm trying to apply for an apartment. Thanks in advance for your help. You're welcome, Shannon. First thing, how you freeze or remove an eviction. If you're stating that it's showing an incorrect balance, you need to pay for a credit audit with me. It's a small investment of $50. Let me look at all three of your credit scores. Let me see how all three agencies are reporting that. And if there's some discrepancy in the balance as you're saying it is, let me put my website in. If there are some discrepancies in the balance as you're stating it is, then that's one grounds for deletion, because the law states that you can get accounts deleted on three grounds, which is inaccurate. The balance is inaccurate, unverifiable. Has it been placed on your credit report in a verified method, meaning that has the credit agencies verified this accurately? Because a lot of times, a lot of things are just computerized place. And number two, is it complete, right? Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act 611, all three of those standards must be met. And so a lot of people don't know what an incomplete reporting look like. And I won't know if it's reporting incomplete until you send me your credit report, right? So even if the balance is aligned, a lot of people ask me that about student loans. That's why you have to pay for your credit audit. I don't like using the word pay, but invest in your credit audit, because at this point, I have to see if your student loan account is reporting incomplete and if you have grounds for deletion based off that report, right? Based off that report. So let's get into Bernie Sanders' tax proposal. Now I'm going to flip the screen real quick, and I'm going to show you all some very controversial posts on my Facebook page that was made by me over the weekend, and some today. YouTube keep asking me questions, and you all don't want to give me the thumbs up. What's up, YouTube? You all are the ones that's asking the questions. Periscope says, how long does deletion take? It depends. Periscope, if you have all three that are negative, then it could be as little as 1 or 2 months. But if things are reporting accurately and you make or I'm forcing the credit agencies to verify, the credit agencies like to play the game of telling you that this account has been verified when they have not verified it. That's always their usual first response, and sometimes second and third response. And this is where patients come in. and continuing to dispute and ask for verification and not giving up, because they would send you back a letter informing you that is verified without proof of verification, right? So it all depends. It all depends. So yes, and you can freeze your credit report. You can go on TransUnion. Website is very easy. Just Google it, how to freeze my credit reports. You can freeze all of them, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian online. So it's very, freezing your credit reports means that that people or lenders cannot pull your credit without your permissible purpose. And sometimes it helps third-party credit agencies. You all probably don't know what third-party credit agencies mean, but there are smaller credit agencies. I hate to say bureaus because people have been saying it for years, but that's why a lot of people think that Experian, Equifax, TransUnion are federal entities, and they're not. They're private businesses, right? Because people call them credit bureaus, but they're referred to as credit agencies in the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They're not bureaus. You have the CFPB, which is the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, right? Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, that's referred to as a bureau, and that's an extra entity or business or bureau that you have on your behalf to help you fight credit agencies, and then also an additional place where you can file disputes if credit agencies continues to tell you that accounts have been verified and they're not verified, right? Someone, I don't know who this is, user, and okay, YouTube. So the credit repair audit, okay. Let me report this real quick. Let me answer this question. Is well worth the investment. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Yvonne. She said credit repair audit is well worth the investment. All right, so let's get back to my Facebook. So I'm going to change my camera angles, and I'm going to allow you all to see some Facebook posts that I made in the Bernie Sanders, the Rolex versus the rental property. A lot of this got a lot of feedback. So give me an opportunity to make these adjustments on all my platforms. And YouTube, let me change this angle as well and turn my screen, which it might be a glare. Give me a second, YouTube, because I want you all to see some comments as I'm doing this. All right, so now it's adjusting. And so let me pull up my Facebook page. Okay, so I think I made that adjustment pretty good. It's me live. That's my pastor. I share some things that he said today that I think is beneficial, because I want you all to understand marriage and money, relationships, and just some life lessons about my divorce. I also want you all to see this. Auto loan debt hits $1 trillion. Auto loan debt hits $1 trillion. And so this is one of the posts I made on my page that, let me see if I can expand this. I don't know how to expand it. But the post says the buy here, pay here dealerships are about to get paid this tax season. Can't wait to see all the repos this summer. And tax experts complain about choices people make with credit. Now, I posted that. My Facebook friend Rico is the one. I shared his post. This was his original post. But oftentimes I get a lot of complaints from people that do taxes that say, yeah, people, they just go, they want their credit fixed because they want to mess their credit up again and they don't want credit education. And my question to these people are always, all the time, okay, what about tax education? What about teaching people different ways to invest with their tax refund? So one of my friends on Facebook made a comment that, let me pull up the comments. This is my post about stop buying AU trade lines. She said, why the repo is they money? Everyone has an opinion, right? It is your money, but I'm trying to educate you all. I'm trying to get you out of, I'm trying to awaken you for what's going to happen in this recession within the next couple of months. Because Kenneth on Facebook asked me a question about China and, and the coronavirus and how it will affect the United States. I don't think you all quite understand that we are not entering just a regular recession. We are entering a global recession. This happens to do something with the economy globally. So, if China, Japan, all of these countries are in, we are entering, right, a global recession, and United States is going to be a byproduct of that also as well. So this is why I'm trying to get you all to stay woke and to educate you and to inform you about what you need to do with your tax money right now. I'm trying to help and awaken you to stay woke. That's why. Because I'm tired of people going out investing their tax money on these vehicles and then they're in repossession. And within a couple of months, we're already hits $1 trillion in repos and in debt. So what do you know? And people are overpaying. They are overpaying, right? I'm just looking at some comments. Overpaying for vehicles. Vehicles are overpriced right now. Vehicles are overpriced right now. So let me remove. Okay. I got you, Jesus. On Facebook, he's gone. Yep. On YouTube. So a very controversial post on my Facebook. I put on there, it's someone from YouTube that made a comment that, Jesus, I need to make you a moderator on my YouTube too for me. So when I'm focusing on this, you can just go ahead and block the spammers. But I'll do that when I log off for Zeus, if that's fine with you. So another one, stop buying AU trade lines now. Storm Walton on my YouTube stated, I'm glad this recession is coming. To be honest, cheaper, more affordable housing for us folks with great credit. Also, yeah, the housing market is overpriced now, overinflated. Thank you, Jesus. I thought I had got rid of him, Jesus, on YouTube. And so my, response to that person was thank you, right? And then Radel on my YouTube channel says, does this mean that if a person has an AU on their credit, it will automatically be removed. I responded, the decision if banks will adopt this will be made this summer. I believe it will be adopted. And I do believe it will be adopted because we are entering a recession. And I tell people my prediction or beliefs on this is that if Bernie Sanders is the Democratic electee versus President Trump, it will make the recession be prolonged to the end of this year, early 2021, meaning January of 2021, and around the holidays, about the holidays time of this year. And so, because Bernie Sanders is not a Wall Street minded candidate or Democrat, but if it's, what's his, I can't think of his name. The other candidate, the Democratic Party, who is Wall Street minded, somebody help me with that because I'm looking at different comments, then it will be before election. So then I have someone on my Facebook says a lot of lenders still use FICO 8 today. FICO 9 was skipped over like a bad movie. Let me tell you why this is a myth. A lot of lenders see risk in FICO 10. No, they're not. Lenders are protecting themselves and they want FICO 10 for the recession because they don't want to approve you all with these AU trade lines and you balling out over the summer and they approve you for credit cards or you get a vehicle and then a couple of months later they are repossessing or having give a repo, right? So, I'm just trying to debunk the myths that you all have out here. It says FICO 10, see risk. Lenders lend to opt out older versions of FICO score to impact. No, lenders see the recession coming. I posted on my timeline, and I'm going to show you all this video too. But that companies, first of all, Trump's budget would kill student loan forgiveness program. AU trade line periscope is when someone add you on their good credit history. It's short for authorized user. And you get some, the benefits of reporting of their good credit history. It can only be done with the credit card. So no matter how much you earn, getting by is still a struggle. And these are reliable sources. CNBC is still a struggle for most people these days. Most Americans are still living paycheck to paycheck, right? This is the difference in what I posted between Vantage Score. A lot of people that sell these AU trade lines are showing Credit Karma scores. That's not what the bank uses, people. Your Credit Karma score can be 100 points lower than what FICO, Fair Isaac Corporation scores show. So when you pull your credit score, this is a FICO 8 credit scoring model. So when this person go to get approved for a home or a vehicle, well, no, not a home. A home uses FICO 4 scoring model. But for a vehicle, for example, they will use FICO 8. So that's how you know where you really stand. Now, for people, if companies are behaving like it's a recession, that's why I post what I have to say about Bernie Sanders and about your investing in your income tax return. Because if companies are behaving like it's recession, then why aren't you? Right? If companies are behaving like it's a recession, then why aren't you? So let me show this video. There's some in my Bernie Sanders post that got a lot of comments, and someone actually sent me a message on Facebook and said, Queen of Credit, you might don't want to be, so outspoken about the economy. Why not? Okay, this is my Bernie Sanders post that got a lot of comments, and people get sensitive when it's about politics, but I'd rather you be sensitive about politics. And people are saying what I posted was not true than to be struggling within the next upcoming months. So let's read the post in its entirety, which I don't think a lot of people took out the time to do. Thank you for the heart on that Periscope. The post in its entirety reads that Bernie wants a $15 minimum wage, and that's my emoji with the hand under the face. That's the emoji. Bernie wants a $15 minimum wage. That would mean a gross salary of $31,200 for a 40-hour work week. But if he wants to tax anyone making above $29,000 a year, 52%, that would make gross salary $14,976, approximately $288 a week. $288 divided by a 40-hour work week equals to $7.20 an hour. Socialism, which is in quotation. Now that I have your attention, I didn't say that this was true, right? I didn't say that this was true. It says, now that I have your attention, here's the message. See, people don't read things all the way to the end. The government is not going to save you ever. Save yourself and your family. Success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility. So then I got a lot of comments about Bernie Sanders and his tax proposal, and that the proposal actually states, and some people say, why am I reporting lies and truth? Whatever with that. But I got your attention. But let me submit this to you. His proposal that you are posting on my post is fake news as well. It's not going to happen, people. People that make over $10 million a year will never be taxed at 52%. Ever. Why? Because people with this income knows the money game. They knows the W4 wealth strategies that I teach about. And they know how to keep more of their money from the Federal Reserve. They know the tax laws, and they do it legally, and they do it legit. Thank you on Periscope. That's why it won't happen. So you can believe his tax proposal. It just won't happen. Ever. So, Periscope, do you have to pay for each? No, this is how it works. The credit audit works. You pay, I hate using the word pay, but you invest. I think it's an investment, a small deposit of $50. And then I use a link, and it has to be from my credit reporting. And you have to pull it from where I request that it's pulled from, because it's compatible with my software. And it's $1. If you're watching this live in a replay, put $1 for 7 days. Now, if you decide to keep the credit monitoring, it will be $24.99 after 7 days, which I still think is a small investment if you're looking into restoring or repairing your credit. So it's thank you, Periscope, a total of $51 investment. You can decide to cancel. They have the 1-800 number for you to call and cancel within 7 days. After you've done that, yeah, that's a great way to look at it, Mylisha. After we've done that, then you email me your credit report, right? And HTML format. And I give you a video on how to do that, a very short video, as well as written instructions. YouTube says, hi, Queen, I'm interested in your credit repair services. I'm investing now. Please help. Okay, Gerald, stay on to the end, and I will answer that. Let's watch this video, another controversial post. Come on.
like a rental property.
Hey! What about this fucking house for real property? Now that's a real boss.
I'll be messing this shit up.
That's a real boss. Okay. Oh, okay.
It's nice.
I like this. I like this. Dog, I want like a Rolex, a chain.
What I tell you?
You got it home.
Okay, so someone commented on this on my Facebook that made me think of this differently. The video I uploaded on my YouTube as well is showing a lady that purchased a rental property for her boyfriend. And he said, I don't want to fix this, right? First comment. Then he said, you should have bought me a Rolex or chain or something instead. Now, I didn't catch this till someone on my Facebook brought this out. So let me replay this.
I want like a Rolex, a chain.
What I tell you?
She looks at someone and says, what I tell you. What I tell you. He said, I want a Rolex, a chain.
What I tell you?
So this let me know that this lady probably had been lavishing her boyfriend, this man, for a while. She says, what I tell you. Now, I'm not saying she could. Maybe she just knew his mindset and knew he would ask for that. I'm not saying that she's been giving him gifts like this. So my pastor, who made a video today, I want to share with his video, if I can skip ahead, made out a great point, and I'm going to bring out something to you at the end about relationships and money and my marriage and my divorce, right? So let me see if I can pull up his video and play this. You all need to follow him on Facebook, Pastor Roderick Richardson. I call him Richie Rich, 𝒲𝒽𝓼, right? So let me skip ahead. I think I put down the time. Okay. I'm just trying to move ahead for time's sake.
Hey man, come on now, give God a hand clap of praise. Thank y'all so much.
Oh, hold on. I think I skipped too far ahead. That was too far.
It got quiet over there, especially on this side over here. Instant forgiveness, which means that I don't have time to hold stuff. They say, well, Pastor, how do you get past what? Well, you know what? I know it was bad. It was a bad decision. I didn't do the right thing. I didn't say the right thing. But man, I got to be able to move past it. If I want to have healthy relationships, because some of y'all been married a long time, been together a long time, but you're not healthy. How do you know? Because whenever you get into a tight spot, what's in you will come out, and toxicity comes out of you. You're not in a healthy place. And you can't have a healthy relationship if you're not in a healthy place. The times that when my marriage was under the biggest strain was the time when we were unhealthy as individuals. Or even unhealthy even in our bodies, because we can be physically unhealthy and begin to speak toxicity emotionally. Because we don't know how to process what we're going through physically. Y'all ain't understand the wisdom y'all getting right now. You see, you don't even understand. I saw this other video which was quite interesting. I should have really brought it. It was this guy who he decided to issue his wife a divorce decree. And he had all this stuff to complain about her or whatnot. He said, I tried to talk to you and you were emotional. I tried to be intimate with you and you just turned over and all this other stuff. He said, so I'm issuing you a divorce decree when I'm tired of this. I'm issuing you a divorce decree, and by the way, I'll start messing with your best friend. Yeah. And I'm looking at this video, And now she said, and she tried to explain. She kept saying, no, I need.
Hold on, that wasn't the point I was trying to make out. Hold on.
He says, all I ever wanted was a child. And then all of a sudden, when he finished talking, she was able to talk. And she said, the reason why I was so emotional, or whatnot, the reason why
that wasn't the one he discussed, and I'll pause. Let me try to find the video that I uploaded right on my YouTube. I think. And
he was like, oh my God, just forget everything I just said.
Let me see. I'm gonna try one more time. If I can, I'm just gonna flip the screen and we'll talk about this. Jesus on Facebook says sounds like a spoiled child.
I really feel it because me and you've been. I deal with too many issues. I'm telling you, literally over.
Right, Periscope.
On my social media platforms, you get 100 inboxes a day. That's why I'm responding to everybody. I can't. And I'm seeing this type of stuff. Pastor, we got past this rough moment, but every time we get into a little stumble, a little heated fellowship, she brings up the old stuff, and I have nothing to combat that.
Well, maybe I won't be able to find it. Let me just flip the screen.
See, sometimes we have disagreements over whether something from the past should be valid in the present. Anybody else? It got quiet over there, especially on this side over here.
All right, I can't find it, so I'm going to flip the screen. But I want to talk to you all about being unequally yoked, right? Being unequally yoked in relationships. Having a person that's on your same, not only mental mindset, but on your same spiritual wave. And I don't know the whole story. Let me adjust this. I don't know the whole story of how she's been treating him in the past, right? Or Jesus, have you changed your, because I'm trying to make sure that I blocked the right person. I can add you now, Jesus. Oh no, I did the wrong thing as a moderator. Jesus, have you changed your profile? Because I want to make sure it's you. On YouTube, if you're still on. So, Roger Richardson on okay. Jesus, why you change that pic? Let me add you as a moderator while you're on. Let me change my screen. So, yeah, that's Rick Phillips is replying to me on YouTube. He had a question about Bernie Sanders and the election. So I'm not sure if he's know that I'm live now, where he can tune in and join in. So yeah, that's my thoughts. It's Roderick Richardson on Facebook. But as he stated, as he brought out, that you need to marry or date someone that's on your, not only your spiritual level, but your financial goal and level as well. And so I don't really get into the intricate details of my divorce, about why we got divorced, what happened. I'm not because of marriage as well. I won't just say it was him. So I would tell you this without telling you this. I was very frustrated. I'm a very progressive minded person. And I said it and voiced it in the wrong way. But when I got married, one of the main things, as I try to adjust this, that we thought was the formula for a successful marriage was, number one, does he believe in God, which he didn't have that same belief or moral ethics religiously anyway, or in God that I did, right? And then number two, was he a good father at that point to my daughter, our daughter? And he did. He put in a lot of time. But when I met him, he was already financially distressed. He was already in a financial distress situation. He just got a vehicle repossessed. And I was doing what I'm doing with most of you all. I was the savior for him, fixing his credit, getting him back on track. You know, before we even got married, for example, I asked my father to co-sign for him to get another vehicle because I, quote unquote, you know, felt like he was a good man. And so at that point, I was in college at the time. He never desired to pursue a college degree. Still don't have one. But once I began to research and study millionaires, I began to look at a trend, right, that most millionaires did not have a college degree. So I kind of laid back off of pushing him to get a college degree. You know, I just said, well, look, just be creative. Just know, be an entrepreneur, you know, have that mindset, because these jobs comes and go. They're not loyal. So let's do business. Let's do home-based business together. Right. And so, yeah, my father co-signed for him. So eventually we did get married, right? We got married. And at that time, he put in a lot of quality time with our daughter. She was younger. But as he got a better paying job and his income began to increase, then the time away from her decreased as well as his income increased. And so as a wife, or a former wife, as a mother, I was very disgruntled and upset about that. Right. And so I didn't like the time being away. That was really one of the benefits, because when I had our daughter, I was 21 years old in college, and he was a big help and assistance with helping her. And all of that changed when the better job opportunity changed. And so with that, never want to sit and have discussions with me about the benefits of a home-based business. At that point in time, we were, as a married couple, earning about $150,000 a year. So we didn't qualify for earned income credit. So we were getting our butt kicks tax-wise, right? He didn't understand the value, good credit. And this is why my credit consultation business was able to take off as fast as it did, as quick as it did, because a lot of my lessons about credit deletions and removal came from constantly restoring and repairing his credit. And so never saw the benefits of having a home-based business, even though we was getting our butt kicked tax-wise. Never wanted to look at velocity banking. We had this mortgage, and I really wanted to pay the mortgage down quicker. And we were still making good income and living paycheck to paycheck. And so I'm the one that took care of all the bills and all the house and things, but I also dealt with the financial stress of the account is negative. We're insufficient fund fees. So never was a high priority on his list, right? And so women, single, even my single men, this is my advice to you. If you are progressive thinking, and if you are a person who wants to better your credit and cash flow situation, you do not need to date. That is the same as being unequally yoked. You do not need to date, or better yet, marry. And let me give you this life lesson as well, right? Someone on Periscope said I'm a big proponent of velocity banking. Let me give you this life lesson as well. If they are dishonest about their money, they can't show you every dime that they are earning from the paycheck. They have secret accounts. They hide their direct deposit or whatever. They'll be dishonest about other things in a marriage. Or the dating relationship. And you will be forever be in a situation where you are frustrated. That young lady, I don't know what her future is going to end up being with, if she's going to continue to stay with that young man or not. But I can tell that she made a purchase for their future that could have gave him 10 Rolex. This is what I do know. One of his comments was, I'm not going to fix that, that shit up, basically what he said. So if you got a man and you're looking at rental properties, or even a woman, and she won't help you in the process, and they won't even fix it up for you. Thank you so much, Periscope. You need to run like fire. Run like fire away, because you're going to be unequally yoked. It's going to lead to other issues in the relationship and or marriage. And it's going to bring you by more stress and disappointment than you ever need. All right, YouTube. So the AU trade line game is dead. It is dead. YouTube, the AU trade line is dead. It's dead, right? 𝒲𝒽𝓄's says only Discovery is the only one working. Discover won't work soon. And let me get on this. I forgot to show you all this, I think. Oh, that means I have to flip the camera again. Oh, I told you all, someone on my YouTube, I won't flip the camera. I mean, Facebook stated that that FICO 10 was never adapted. Let me tell you who is using FICO 10. I mean, FICO 9 was never, the banks didn't use it or utilize it. Let me tell you who is using FICO 9. And if you have accounts with these and it comes with free credit monitoring, just log onto your account. You'll see it. It'll show FICO 9, your FICO 9 credit score. Number one, Navy Federal. Navy Federal is using FICO 9. I think Discover, if you have a Discover card, I think they're using FICO 9 scoring model report. PenFed Credit Union is using FICO 9. Wells Fargo Credit Report and Credit is using FICO 9. So that is a myth. It is false and inaccurate that FICO 9 was never to use and not used. Why do I say AU trade line is dead? That means anyone that has AU trade line and credit will get automatically deleted. No, it won't get automatically deleted. It will be ineffective in the scoring system to help you get approved. Because what happens when people, because 𝒲𝒽𝓄's, according to one of my YouTube followers that just posted, just stated, right, look at Kel, everybody show some hearts and love. I got Kel on YouTube, says he just got approved for a $25K Navy Federal card. Congratulations, Kel. Now let's use that credit to flip the game. Use that credit card to buy you assets, right? And not liabilities. Tell people credit is queen in the cash flow kingdom, because the queen, like in the game of chess, can move horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. And she can also promote a pawn to a queen, meaning that when you have good credit, you can get this 20, like Kel, how long did it take you to get approved for that 25K when you did the application? Let's say 5-10 minutes. How long would it take you to make 25K on your job, people? Credit is the favor that people, religious people in the Bible talk about, that you can get, because credit can get you more income to invest in assets to create you more cash flow, right, than any source of income, right? Kel, someone on my Periscope wants to know, what's your credit score? Yvonne on YouTube says, congratulations. They want to know, what's your credit score? I'm pretty sure, too, that he has less than 5 inquiries, 5 hard pulls on his credit report, right? Kel said it didn't even take him 5 minutes to get 25K. Now, when he find the right, oh, man, I might flip my camera again. I put up some powerful videos on my YouTube. I'm on YouTube as the Queen of Credit, about how the Simpsons people, listen to this, in 1997 made a prediction about crypto and Bitcoin. So if you want, you can see my eyes getting a little red. My Alicia said she only had 2 inquiries. Kel said 5 minutes. All 3 agencies, Kel said he's got an 805. That's what's up, Kel. Boom, 805 credit score, 25K Navy Fed. They use FICO 9. I don't know who you all are listening to don't believe the hype. FICO 9 is being used and FICO 10 is coming in full effect. And it's coming. Hello, Clearwater, Florida. Radel, the union thing is the only for people, for the military or someone you know. Oh yeah, you got a family member. That's how I got in. Family member, military. I tell people you need to get a great credit union in your financial portfolio because they offer the lowest interest rates on loans, vehicle loans, and the highest and best credit cards and the best limits. The best business credit card is Chase Rewards business credit cards, and that's a whole nother video for another day. Congratulations, Kale. 25K Navy Federal FICO 9. FICO 9. So with that being said, I think that's it, unless you all have some more questions. Kale says, I'm hitting them out. Please listen to this advice. Before the crash, because it's coming, Bernie Sanders taxes won't make it. We got Japan, China. Oh, let me show you all this. But Kale says he's hitting them all up before the crash, the new FICO 10. Great sign. Yes, Kale, that's what people don't understand. The FICO 10 changes coming this summer is a great sign that this crash is coming, people. They're trying to lock you out of being able to use and abuse AU trade lines and credit sweeps, right? So you won't put these banks are selling out mortgages now. They're trying to clear their debt. They're selling people that making good payments, mortgages off, right? So they can clear their debt because people are pulling their money out of banks. I'm gonna show you this. Hey, let's roll. It's early in the day. I'm not live at 8 or 9 o'clock, so I got some time to give you all the knowledge that you need. I'm gonna show. Let me find this on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna flip the screen. As Terry asks, she asks, will you invest $7K to start up a business? I don't know, Terry, what type of business are you trying to start up? Because I'm offering people the opportunity to start a credit repair business now, simply because it's going to be on big demand, especially when this new FICO 10 drops this summer for $249. An opportunity so they can earn, excuse me, y'all, I'm just reaching over the thing. You all seeing my armpits, passive and residual income. So when this FICO 9 drops, they'll be prepared. And so people can have a business that's going to be high and in demand for the recession. Okay, Jesus says Discover still uses FICO 8. Okay. But I know PenFed, Navy Fed, Wells Fargo all uses the FICO 9 scoring model. And so if someone has time to Google what companies use FICO 9, then please do that, because those are the ones I know that without a doubt that uses it. 529, is that a good savings for kids? Terry, you kind of, let me adjust this. Terry, I mean, if your kids are planning on going to college in the state of Mississippi, I'm not offering financial advice, just telling you what decision I made. I really didn't advocate for my daughter to go to college in Mississippi. And so I didn't do a 529 because it's only tax exempt, if they do. And so I told my daughter from the door I want her to experience outside of Mississippi. And, that money can only be used for that. It's the tax exempt purposes. And so I didn't do that. But what I did was I offered her, or I gave her, or we decided that she would go to college debt free. And college is very expensive. And so we signed her up through a community college to get those prerequisite classes and at a very non-expensive price, very affordable price. And now she's going on with her career at for dental hygienist. So that was our way. Because at the time she was younger, we were just trying to get a home, get our feet off the ground. So I give her the most inexpensive ways. Those first prerequisite classes that you take in college anyway, you shouldn't be paying thousands and thousands of dollars for that. And then we looked at what career choice she wanted to choose. And then, I felt like if it was a career choice, that would be worth her college debt. And it was a career choice that would pay her that salary in return in the event that she had to get a loan, because student loan, what you all don't know though, that student loan debt as of 2008 from the Obama administration, right, is all federal. They made that change during the Obama administration that all student loans will be federal student loans, meaning that all of your student loans that you are getting after or have gotten after 2008 are federal loans, meaning that you can't claim them in bankruptcy. They're not private anymore. And people are going to be, you're going to take those to the grave or you're going to pay them off. So a lot of things in 2008 that the Obama administration did, people were just not aware of, right? So also in 2008, when we had the housing market crash, they changed the name for people to get approved for loan from subprime lending to non-prime loans, meaning that we still have people, we have repo that's trillions of dollars in debt. Thank you, Jesus, for answering that for me on YouTube. The repo market is trillions of dollars in debt. We have trillions of dollars in debt in student loan. We have Japan's worst nightmare. I'm going to show you all that. And China's worst nightmare, the number 2 economy that's entering recession. Even Australia is struggling. And the United States is going to be close to follow, right? They're going to be close to follow. So this is being referred to as a global depression or recession. That's comparing to the 1930s Great Depression. People, you got to be woke. You got to be woke. Now, a lot of people said that, hold on. I think this is the video that I want to show you all. That, especially on my YouTube, I wouldn't cut up my credit card. You cutting up your credit card. I would never cut up my debit card. What if I want to go to the ATM and get my money out, do this or do that? And I was talking about that from the perspective of using your credit card the same way as you would as a debit card, because you'll get cash back rewards, which is free money. My daughter was so excited. Let me tell you, she got her Discover card, right? She was so excited. She said, Mama, when I went and paid for my gas, this is how much I got cash back. Or she told me, she said, Mama, Discover, because she has a Discover It's student card. And so whatever you purchases within a quarterly cycle or 4 months, you get the rewards back. She's so aware. She said, I went to the grocery store, which is Kroger here in Mississippi, and I purchased some groceries and I didn't get my reward points. I said, well, Kelly, are you sure that this is the time frame to get the rewards for grocery purchase? She's like, yes, ma'am. And I said, well, just call Discover and discuss that with them. So I'm just so proud of things like that my daughter understands. So let me flip the camera again, and we're going to address the people that told me or suggested that I'm going to keep my money in banks, and I would never cut up my debit card. And I know some people, they think America is not subject to this, but let me explain this to you all. Don't you all know that, let me flip my camera. that in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, that people went to banks to retrieve their money. Come on, YouTube, trying to get it this to retrieve their money, and the banks were shut down for a period of time. The banks were shut down; they couldn't retrieve their money out. And did you all know in the 1930s that I'm trying to get this angle off of that people's gold was compensated, which was real money by the government, by the U.S. government. So let's play this real quick.
Quantitative easing. You can print money forever, decades really, and still have a large economy. The mistakes these people are making is that they don't realize that a policy you can't walk back is a failed policy. There is no escape plan that ends in a better situation than when you began. Printing money, especially at the rate that they have done, creates an obligation to destroy the currency at all costs. And don't worry, all paper will be destroyed. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we are going to talk about what's coming. It's important to understand Japan to understand the United States. Yes, there are differences. We can have pages and pages and pages of differences. There's no doubt about it. But I want to show you the similarities, and I want to give you several charts today. I found so many through an article of real investment advice that they put out. I really wanted to show this to you because it's something that we talk about often, but I never get into it in depth. I think if there's one change I need to make to this channel, it's that I need to get into information that really supports everything we're talking about instead of just covering the daily news. Let's get into it. It has taken a massive amount of intervention by central banks to keep economies afloat globally over the last decade, and there is rising evidence that growth is beginning to deteriorate or decelerate. And we know this specifically. I'm pretty sure there's a chart in here that talks about it, but essentially the situation here is very clear. When you start printing all of this money into the system, you expect a response that's coming out of it. And let's say you print.
Okay, so this is in Japan. This is just Japan. Now let's listen to this from China.
Access to their uncut. Our sponsor is SV Bullion. They happen to offer the lowest prices on precious metals online. They have silver, platinum, palladium, gold. We see precious metals have been getting a lot of attention. Now they also have a special offer. You can get a 5-ounce bar of silver.
We need to talk about silver while I'm on.
Trapped inside of the bank. You see, they've asked to bring up this touching video that I saw, and what you see here is crowds of people, everyday people. They want their money. It's trapped inside of the bank. You see, they've actually limited the people from having access to their own money. Of course, because the financial system just could not handle this kind of a shock, this kind of an impact, and they have concerns that there's going to be bank runs, that it's going to just completely destroy their economy. So, of course.
Okay, so this happened in China, people. You don't think this is gonna happen in the United States? YouTube, I'm fixing it. I know the camera's off. I know you might be stating that, oh, it's just because it's coronavirus and all this. It's happened before. It's happened before in the United States. I'm telling you, it happened in the 1930s. The banks, they call it the holidays, and they had meetings on how to get the citizens from an uproar and try to give them back some of their money. And then everyone's gold was confiscated. Gold was then, because people knew about Federal Reserve and the power, or not lack of power, of Federal Reserve banks. Let me show you all some more videos about the Simpsons predictions, and even the Simpsons predicting that President Trump will be the president during this recession, and how this is going to, let me flip this over. Yeah. You all can say what you want to about the Simpsons, but they predicted a lot of accurate things. All right, so let's watch this one. Trying to keep my battery up on Facebook. Let's watch this one, what the Simpsons predict.
Oh, China, is there nothing that can't be made in you?
Okay, let me pause that. This video is from 1997. 1997. And Bart said, China is there. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, people, but 1997. And the Simpsons are predicting the dollar collapse. Said, China, is there nothing that can be made in you? Let's go back, so I want you to hear it.
Is there nothing? Oh, China, is there nothing that can't be made in you? My first sucker.
Oh, $1. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a trick. I never needed these. I never needed these. I never needed these.
Oh, looky here. It's the
All right, first of all, he says the dollar is a trick, right? He never needed these. Just listen.
old fishing line on a dollar bill prank. Dollar bill prank. Dollar bill prank. Man, even a backwoods, no account, inbred, lead paint eating, kerosene huffing, roadkill chomping. What was my point? My point? My point? That is a practical joke, Luann.
This isn't right. No one's falling for my pranks. At least it wasn't a total waste. I found a quarter.
All right, let's go back. I want you all made that. I'm gonna pause it.
I want a bora.
Let's go back. Oh, I'm not going back far enough.
My pranks. At least it wasn't a total waste. I found a quarter.
Look at the silver. I'm telling you, people asking about, income tax return. If I'm not going to blow it on another big screen television, what should I do? I don't want to give investment advice, people. Someone said there's sunshine around Yvonne. No, that's a eagle. It's the eagle coin. People, you need to buy. The dollar is collapsing. And what do I mean by that? Inflation is what it's called, is when your dollar buys less, whether it's going to the grocery store, right? Someone told me the banks are giving 1.9% for a savings account. I'm like, that's not a lot of money. The banks make money when they lend it out. So we got prices rising and the dollar is able to purchase less. As they used to say, your grandparents could go to the gas station, but silver, people, is cheap, $18 an ounce to $20. And the same amount of things that silver was able to purchase back in the 1930s is still equivalent to what is able to purchase today. So I'm just telling you what I'm doing with SX money. Besides real estate, it's definitely silver coins and rounds. This is a bullion, right? And this is 1997, a Simpsons from 1997.
I want a bora.
Get ready for the world currency collapse. All right, let me look back at some more of my videos. Oh, I'm sorry. You need to see this too. Let me expand it again. This is 1985. 1985 G.I. Joe. Let me put this angle on Periscopes. 1985 G.I. Joe. Cartoon. I don't think it's conspiracy theories. 1985 G.I. Joe cartoon. I believe it's prediction. That's why I'm trying to get you all to stay woke. Get your attention by any means necessary. People like entertainment. They don't like education. So if my Bernie Sanders post was, upsetting to others, then that's what I want to do. It got your attention.
Hey, come back here. This money ain't no good. It's US dollars.
Did you hear that? He said, hey, come back here. 1985 G.I. Joe cartoon. This money is no good. It's US dollars.
Good. It's US dollars.
Need to invest in silver. Yes, and subscribe to my channel. You need to get you some silver rounds, people. You need to get you because it's affordable. It's affordable now. It's $18, $20 an ounce. And I have a silver stacking report that shows you all how to get the best return on your money. Like, for example, the number 5 round bullion in my silver stacking report. If you invested in it, I think it's like $22. But when the dollar totally collapsed, it would give you a 300% return. A 300% return. Let's look at this other cryptocurrency. I also have some crypto as well, and small altcoins, small cap cryptocurrencies. When people ask me, what am I investing in? This is another Simpsons prediction about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Let's watch this. Where do I invest in silver? That's a great question. Periscope. It does. I buy from Ampex, AMPEX, SD Bullion, and JD Bullion. Can you invest in E-Trade for that? No, you can buy it directly. You can use, for example, a credit card. That's the power of credit, and invest in silver and silver rounds. Because what happens if the dollar collapses is that's why I recommend currency as well as rounds, because like the Eagle coin, right? That's currency in the United States. But crowns, the bullions will give you a more return on your money once you turn it into a metal dealer. But the crowns can be looked at as currency. So the dollar collapses and people don't want to accept the dollar, right? You will have that silver currency to make exchanges for goods and services. So let's look at cryptocurrency.
For cryptocurrency to work, we need a record of every transaction that occurs. These are recorded in what's called a distributed ledger.
I'm a consensus of shared and synchronized digital data, where there's multiple platforms from Shanghai to Grenada. Each day I'm closer to being cash of the future, not it.
Did you all hear that? Each day, let's go back. I'm closer to being cash of the future. Each day, I am closer to being cash of the future. This was in the 90s, the Simpsons cartoon. Not in your wallet. Not in your wallet. I'm in your computer. People, you got to wake up. Stay woke.
Your computer. Oh, yeah.
When you use the currency, the transaction is recorded in the ledger. And when one ledger book gets filled up, we add to a chain of previous books. That's the blockchain.
Later, Glitcher.
If you'd like to learn more about
You all, this is not a recent cartoon. He's using the terminology. He says it's a blockchain. That's a blockchain. So let me pull up why I'm cutting up my credit card. And I'm going to end there. I really want to show you all. Let's go to my videos. Why I'm cutting up my debit cards. And I'm going to show you some of the replies on there or comments on this. It says stay woke. Hello, Ad Hinting from Facebook. Hello, Philip from the West Coast, my friend. Okay. Let me pull up some of these comments. How will I pull my direct deposit at the bank if I cut up my debit cards? Some of the things. They charge hits go inside the banks. You should always have 80% of your cash personally in your possession anyway. Banks can freeze, right? Your cash and credit limits. Transaction during recessions, which we are headed into. Study the Great Depression. In the 1930s, the banks can rob you of your money. What company was it? Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the links that I posted on here so I can show you all. Come on, where are my replies? Because I include the links and I can go right to those videos. Okay, bank failures during the Great Depression. There we go. Let's look at that.
This great nation will endure as it has endured, will revive and will prosper. So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
In 1929, the economy of America began devastation that would continue for many years forward. This is known as the Great Depression, which was the extended period where the financial system and economy in the United States collapsed. Many things contributed to this downturn. However, the issue of bank failures was the cause that made the depression last for so long. Everyone during this time was facing some difficulty as a result of these bank failures. Thanks for watching.
Listen, how the banks failed during the Great Depression. How the banks failed during the Great Depression.
And people putting money into them. During the Great Depression, everyone was worried about their money safety. But when so many people moved their money so quickly, the risk of a closure occurred. These banks would attempt to use the remaining money they kept reserved in savings to keep up with the mass amount of extraction. However, many banks eventually found that they didn't have enough money to stay in business, causing them to close, creating a decrease in the trust between customers and banks. Franklin Roosevelt had a radio station where he directly communicated with the citizens. These were called his fireside chats. His first one discusses the bank crisis and was broadcast on March 12, 1933.
First of all, let me state the simple fact that when you deposit money in a bank, the bank does not put the money into a safe deposit vault.
Okay, listen at Franklin D. Roosevelt. Said, first of all, let me express to you that when you deposit money into a bank, the bank, let's listen at that again, does not, hold on.
First of all, let me state the simple fact that when you deposit money in a bank, the bank does not put the money into a safe deposit vault.
The bank does not put the money in a safe deposit box when you deposit money into a bank. Franklin D. Roosevelt.
It invests your money in many different forms of credit.
It invests your money in many different forms of credit. Did you all get that? Did you all get that? When you deposit your money in the bank, they do not put it in a safe reserve. They invest your money in many different forms of credit. Thank you for the digital love on Periscope.
In other words, the bank put your money to work.
In other words, the banks put your money to work. Miss Slaughter on Facebook, I see your comments. I'll respond to that after this. Okay, I got you.
The Great Depression persisted for so long and affected the United States so harshly.
I'm going to let that stay up there on the screen and resonate for you. It says the Great Depression persisted for so long and affected the United States so harshly as a direct result of bank failures for the people who says, I do not want to cut up my credit cards because I want to go pull my money out the bank from the ATM.
The direct result of the bank failures. By 1932, roughly 9,000 banks had failed.
By 1932, roughly 9,000 banks had failed.
The vast amount of bank failures was causing these dreadful times. All of these issues made it more difficult to escape these bad circumstances, sending the U.S. into a longer period of struggle. One of the first issues was how fast the money was being removed. The speed of the closures led to money being irretrievable. Money was moving around in these panic banks, and values were lowered because of urgency. So this money was being lost or devalued, meaning people who put savings or had accounts would never get their money back.
Okay, money was lost in devalue, meaning that people that had savings and their money stored in the bank could never get their money back. Now, we just discussed China's bank failures going on now. People are rushing to get their money out of China's bank. Well, it happened in the United States too.
In an interview with Herb and Carol Dries, both people who personally lived through the Great Depression, they stated that outside of banks in their town, they saw people who were in lines to get their money back from the banks, when in fact, their money was gone.
Wow, people were in line to get their money from the banks, and their money was gone. Last video, and I'm signing off. I should never go on this if I can find it. Last video, Freedman Banks. If I go on this early, I think I can talk all day. Another bank during after slavery, which is known today as Wells Fargo. Wow, I haven't watched this video. Christians' role in keeping African Americans enslaved in America. I think I would definitely watch that for later. But I'm trying to pull up how much money the slaves was robbed from this bank. Oh, I had it on my Facebook page. But just Google that if I can't find it, because I've been on here longer than I expected. I had it on my Facebook. Let me see, can I find it on Facebook real quick? Freedman Banks robbed slaves. So you have to ask yourself, is your money really safe in banks? Is your money really safe in banks on any level? Let me scroll down because this is worth the wait. Some people don't know about this. Never been told, it's never been taught. Just don't, they think their money is safe and secure. They don't expect anything can happen. They don't understand the advantages of using credit to create more cash flow and create wealth. I like this saying that one of my Felix Anderson on Facebook said he doesn't chase money, money chases me. But I do leave it a memo to tell it where it might be. And I post so much on my Facebook page. I may or may not be able to go directly to that video. But it's definitely worth the time to see if I can find it. So if you all have any questions, I see you, Miss Slaughter, on Facebook. Miss Slaughter, what you need to do is go to my website, www.fixmycreditandcash.com. Invest in sending a credit audit. It's on the book online tab there. You see book online. It's small investment, $50. Someone just signed up for that. I got the notification. And from there, look, HSBC, a $4 billion bank, reducing its costs, laying off 35,000 workers. And I still have some people ask me, do I think we will enter into, look at me and my lovely daughter, the Lakers game. If we were enter into a great a recession, I'm like, we're already in it. You just don't know. Okay, here it goes. The story of Freedmen's Bank building.
The creation of the Freedmen's Savings and Trust Company, or the Freedmen's Bank as it became known, was a bold, even radical idea for its time. With the end of the Civil War in sight, a group of white Northern abolitionists, philanthropists, and business leaders met in New York in January 1865 to explore the formation of a permanent bank to help African American Civil War soldiers and the African American community.
All right, 1865 to help African American Civil War soldiers in the African American community. So listen to this: the story of Freedmen's Bank.
Having wages for the first time in their lives, newly emancipated men and women needed a safe place to deposit their earnings. On February 13, 1865, a bill to incorporate the Freedmen's Savings and...
Let me pause right there. They stated that they were trying to fix this on Periscope. These people, for the first time in their lives, had income, right? Slavery was free. First time in their lives, had income. They named the bank Freedman, to attract them as free slaves or as free people now, right? So let me pause it.
The Trust Company was brought before Congress. Just 3 weeks later, President Abraham Lincoln signed the bill into law. The bank was crucial to help create opportunity for African Americans to build assets.
The bank was crucial to help African Americans build assets.
It created a sense of protection for their money and welcomed them into the financial mainstream. Freedmen's Bank was a symbol of a stronger economic future for emancipated men and women at a key turning point in American history. 37 branch offices in 17 states and the District of Columbia were opened. In 1870, the bank's headquarters moved from New York to Washington, D.C., to the southeast corner of Lafayette Square, across the street from the White House and the Treasury Building. Most bank depositors were primarily low-wage earners, laborers, cooks, janitors, nurses.
Low-wage earners, cooks, nurses, janitors, right?
Porters, seamstresses, and soldiers. But African American churches, businesses, schools, and other organizations also put their money in the bank.
Listen, African American churches, schools, organizations also put their money in the banks.
In addition, depositors included individuals who had been freed long before emancipation, such as physicians from Freedmen's Hospital, now Howard University Hospital, professors at Howard University, attorneys, and notables like Frederick Douglass, Captain O.S.B. Wald, and many others. It is estimated that over the 9-year life of the bank, approximately 100,000 individuals and institutions opened accounts with bank deposits totaling more than $57 million.
Okay, did you all get that? I'm going to freeze it for you to make sure. Deposited more than $57 million. If you're watching this live on the replay, I want you to put that in there. $57 million. $57 million.
That is equivalent to $115 billion.
$115 billion today.
Today, based on its relative share of gross domestic product. During its first 5 years, Freedmen's Bank operated as a well-functioning institution. However, an amendment to the bank's charter led to risky asset investments. This, along with the lack of proper oversight, led to fraud, mismanagement, and abuse. In 1873, the United States experienced the financial panic, and Freedmen's Bank was not exempt from its impacts. Lack of confidence by the depositors led to runs on a bank that was already weakened. In 1874, Frederick Douglass was recruited to serve as the bank's president. He believed that the failing bank could be saved. and even invested his own money to revive it. But these efforts came too late. Freedmen's Bank closed its doors on the 29th of June, 1874. When it failed, depositors lost their savings. About half eventually received some of their money back. Others received nothing.
Others received nothing. Some received half of their money back.
It was a bitter conclusion to such a promising venture. The Freedmen's Bank building was sold and demolished in 1899, and in 1919, a new building that became the Treasury Annex was erected on the site. Despite its unfortunate end, the Freedmen's Bank embodied the hopes for equality and inclusion in America's economic mainstream. Its legacy must be our continued quest for inclusive prosperity for every American.
And that bank, as today, is known as Wells Fargo, in which Wells Fargo just have a lawsuit that came up. I forgot the billions. Wells Fargo lawsuit in the billions for falsifying accounts and putting accounts in others' name. So, hey, I've been live for too long, longer than expected. Supposed to be going to the gym, but I have to also go visit my parents, so I might just go visit them. Any last minute questions, people? This was a long live, but it was well worth it. So if you're watching this at the end and I'm logging off, you definitely want to watch the replay. You definitely need to go back and watch this more than one time. I shared a lot of things on the Simpsons predictions about investing in cryptocurrency, silver coins or silver rounds. You're welcome so much, Periscope. Share some very informative video. Thank you so much, Rick. I hope I answered your question on Bernie Sanders. People, we can only save ourselves. Rich people will never pay the 52% in taxes because they understand the tax game. They understand the power of home-based business. They understand the power of businesses. Hello, Kenya on YouTube. They understand the power of credit. They understand the power of using other people's money, particularly the bank's money, right? Also, you're welcome, Periscope. Also, you all also need to listen to my audio on my YouTube channel. On YouTube, I am the Queen of Credit as well. Listen to my audio on the YouTube channel, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Even if you read the book, listen to the audio, because I'm telling you, once you hear something audio, it brings out some more points that it overlooked in the book, right? So I have downloaded that audio book on my YouTube website on the Queen of Credit. You definitely need to listen to that audio. Yeah, you're so welcome, Life Media Pro. Make sure you all share this. If you're on YouTube, share this, Facebook, Periscope, share this with your followers as well. Again, Periscope, and I don't like to give people what I'm investing in as far as small coins and altcoins with cryptocurrency, because I don't want you to say I'm giving you financial advice. I give you financial education. But I do have silver rounds, silver coins. Someone on Periscope and YouTube, put my Cash App in. If you want the Queen of Coins silver stacking report, put in $, and $. It's only $25. $, the number 5th one on that list is bring you a 300% return. But when the dollar collapses and the banks fails, so it's LD, it's $LDFinancialCoaching. That's my Cash App. And that's for the Queen of Coins silver stacking report. I give you all the silver coins and rounds that I recommend for a small deposit of $25. So I'm getting notification everywhere that my batteries are low. But if you came in on the tail end of this, definitely you want to go back and watch the replay. So let me give you a recap as if I was in a classroom or a basketball court coaching. We discussed cryptocurrency. We discussed the dollar collapsing, how the Simpsons predicted in 1997. We discussed the power of using your credit and credit cards versus debit cards, right? Not only to build your credit score, but to give you cashback rewards, as well as putting your money in silver, because it's only $18, $20 an ounce. In the event that the dollar does collapse and the banks fails again, like it did in the 1930s. We watched a video of the Great Depression of 1930s of the American citizens, right? Yes, Yvonne, thank you so much on YouTube. She said, when you send that silver stacking Queen of Coins report to my Cash App at $LD Financial Coaching, include your email. Don't forget to include your email so I can know where to send your report. And also, once you include your email, check your spam. Check your spam, and sometimes it will go to your spam. And someone on Periscope and YouTube put that Cash App in for me, LD, $ in front of LD, capital LD, Financial Coaching, and put hashtag Queen of Coins. Rick, thanks for sharing. Thank you so much, Rich. You are awesome as well. So that's the I showed you how China citizens right now on video are requesting their funds. So invest. If you are fortunate, I try to break even with my taxes because I don't want to overpay in taxes. A refund is just a refund back at 0% interest rate. So invest. And I got some caught up in my necklace. With your tax refund, you definitely want that silver stacking reports. You definitely want that. You definitely want to look and get yourself educated on cryptocurrency. And I also, it's another Simpson video is on my YouTube about the presidential election. It's predicting in this particular cartoon of the Simpsons, right, that the collapse will happen under President Trump, right? And President Trump will be reelected, and a female, this prediction will, thank you, Yvonne, Wells Fargo, $3 billion, will be elected after Trump and after this great recession hits on him. So hits during his time in office. So that's another Simpsons prediction. I uploaded the cartoon video on my YouTube channel website as well. Rick says, a student, not a moderator. I love your educational videos. Thank you, Rick. All right, you all, I'm signing off. You all have a great day. I'm glad this is early in the evening. I might do it when I have more in-depth information to share. I might do the time earlier in the evening so that I can have more time to show you our videos versus late at night. Thank you. I appreciate all the thumbs up on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram. You all have a great Saturday. Here's to your financial success and your spiritual and your physical health as well. Queen of Credit, I'm out. Signing off.